Mastery is a 2D platform and adventure game made by Tunicat Studio. The game integrates a fantasy world with Chinese cultural customs, and it tells the story of Yan Qing, a young Taoist temple student, and his journey to master the Qi element and discover his own Tao. Wait, what are the Qi elements? The 5 Qi elements come from a Taoism theory, saying that everything in this world can somehow be explained by these 5 elements, and the reinforcing and neutralizing relationships among them. We take that theory and integrate it into a game. The key mechanic of mastery is to switch elements. We design unique weapons that represent different Qi elements. Each weapon, according to its description in the theory, has different attributes and attacking patterns. Switching these elements in the battle will help achieve the best battle experience and the ultra fun of this game. You can do this. And this. And this. Attacking enemies will also help players get Qi. When the Qi bar is filled, you will be able to use the most powerful special attacks. The Qi and health bar could also be upgraded by collecting stones hidden in the level. We also have other mechanics like meditation, memory objects, and spirit world. All of these mechanics added together can create a wonderful Chinese Taoism atmosphere. This game project starts in April 2017 and is still in development. It won the 3rd place in New York State Game Dev Challenge in April 2018. I am the founder, producer, lead designer, and writer in this project. I have also been in charge of 2D animation since fall 2018. The reason and motivation behind this project is that I've seen so many games using element systems, but few of them are connected to cultural customs. The leading elements in games are usually fire, water, earth, and the air or grass. But mastery, inspired by Taoism theory, offers another possibility. Not a lot have combined the Taoism customs with games before, so we do it. And maybe it can be a pioneer to break those stereotypes currently in the game industry. Yes, elements are old school. But our new definition of elements plus platformers plus a hero's journey type of story based on the theory will make it special. The Writer is Anxious is a word adventure twine game. It talks about an anxious writer searching for inspiration in a book, struggling on finishing a good game by midnight. When you start the game, it will be just like the other word adventure or interactive twine games. You can click on the highlighted word to progress the story, but I try to make it innovative by making the art also constructed by words. And it does not just limit to that. After your frustrated writer picks a book from the shelf, you will enter multiple fictional worlds and start your adventure with a hungry cat, a dragon, and even a bunch of zombies. Players can experience 6 book genres in total: fantasy, adventure, romance, horror, mystery, and modern reality. As the genre of books changes, the gameplay will also change. 1 minute ago, you are still in a top-down RPG world opening treasure chests. The next minute, you might be flirting with the princess or interrogating her in a Phoenix Wright style scene. Finally, whenever you get out of the story, you can see the entire story you have written through this adventure and get paid in the end. This is the last type of game I want to incorporate, a writer simulation game. I started this game project as a sole developer in September 2017 and finished it in December 2017. Then I published it on itch and received multiple positive reviews. It is truly hard to integrate all these features in Twine, but I wanted to push the boundaries of Twine engine and design a unique game that players can hardly know what will happen next. I always treasure the simple little fun and surprises games can bring to players. I'm glad and proud that the writer is anxious can do that to some of my players. Dungeon on the Move is a single-player, dungeon-adventuring, story-driven game developed by No Studios. It is designed to be picked up and put down easily, and evokes themes of change and movement throughout gameplay. When we talk about dungeon crawlers, we always think of fighting monsters, unlocking new rooms, encountering events, and leveling up. Dungeon crawlers emerged from the 16th century, and its features have barely changed ever since. But we started this game project with an innovative research question. What if the dungeon itself is unstable and moving all the time? The game starts off like a normal dungeon crawler. You fight a monster, or run away, take treasure, meet merchants, find scrolls, working your way towards a specific room that you are guided to. But it is also different, as the room you are heading towards moves around, so players must navigate a new route, a task complicated by the dungeon's constantly shifting nature. Sometimes the room you leave behind will fall apart too. It can totally happen when you reach a dead end and try to trace back, but find out that everything in the back is no longer the same. We want to research on how well players buy into an experience that keeps giving you surprises, but not surprising you too much that nothing makes sense. On the other hand, we want to realize a simple and funny game experience that one can enjoy and get healed in their carol time. This project started in fall 2018 and is expected to be finished in May 2020. I am the co-founder, producer, designer, and environmental artist in this project. Art-wise, we want to keep it simple and isometric. Here are some of the render concepts that I created for this project. This game has been accepted in 2019 IKEA's poster session. We're not aiming to create the most innovative dungeon crawler of the century, but we would like to know how much merit we can gain from the way the narrative intermingles with this design element, and we will see. Welcome to the Great Sweet Union is a first-person 3D magic puzzle game developed by Penguin Games. In this game, the player controls a mage named Adam to pass ability test consisting of a series of puzzles in order to enter the Great Sweet Union, a magical community centering on loyalty, peace, sincerity, and love. It is promised by his test guide, Eve, that by passing this test, Adam will be aware of the basic principles of Great Sweet Union as well as necessary magic skills. However, as the test goes on, Adam gradually noticed something unusual about this test, about Eve, and even about himself. The key mechanic of this game is the magic wand player gets at the beginning, which can absorb or release heat from or to other objects. Players can use this wand to solve a couple of puzzles related to heat, such as lighting, freezing, or more magically like controlling magic circles, or making magic potions. We aim to create a magical world for players to explore. In total, we made 5 different environment sets: library, greenhouse, lab, observatory, and church. Each scene does not just exist separately, but is connected in a secret plot line. Following the hints, players can find a piece of diary in each level and understand the truth of this world and the truth about yourself. Narratively, this game is constructed on a dystopian setting. The Great Sweet Union is a magical community that every mage must obey certain rules to live. The 4 covenants, loyalty, peace, sincerity, and love, must be deeply engraved in mages' heads before they are allowed to enter the union. But Adam's situation is a little different. as you collect more diary pieces and meet with your frog friend in the frame, you will gradually realize the fact that you might have been here before. This project started in January 2019 and is finished in May 2019. The development time is fairly short, but we tried our best to do each part as well as we could. I am the producer, narrative designer, and texture artist in this project. We won the Narrative Excellence Award in 2019 Game Fest in April. We made this game as we saw the trend of puzzle games to be highly connected with technologies, but there is actually a lot of fun to do a puzzle game in magical settings. This is also our first time implementing a dystopian story into a magic game. It is pretty a challenge to combine multiple elements together, but we definitely see the merits of this innovation and it very much values each progress we made in the development.
Let me ask you a question. Do you believe in God? I used to go through life thinking I was immortal. I was ignorant to the dangers life could throw at me at any given moment. When things got rough, I would always say to myself, there really is a God. Why else would all this bullshit be happening to me specifically? Through all my struggles, I believed God was making me stronger so that one day I'd be ready. I never thought this was the fight I was preparing for.
Nightmare is a first-person 3D story-driven video game developed by Zion. The game talks about a group of 7 space researchers on a failing space station with aliens on board. Throughout this journey, the player takes control of the captain with the responsibility of ensuring the safety of everyone on board. This game mainly focuses on story and provides a linear game experience to players. Players need to bring their team back to Earth safely, while trying to escape from the alien, who gets stronger by eating people's negative emotions, and also from a mystery voice inside of your own head. While players finish various missions in the spaceship, they will gradually understand the truth of the aliens and about the backstory of the captain. We want to use this game to draw attention to the depressed group that might stay around us but barely be noticed. In a contemporary society, it is becoming more and more apparent that ignorance might be bliss, but when ignorance comes into contact with a serious situation, the path is never clear. This game is being created with a focus on bringing this unfortunate realization to light. This project started in October 2019 and is still in development. I am the sole programmer in the team and also helping modeling and texturing. The story of this game very much based on the personal experience of our team. This game might not be a mainstream considered interesting game, but the social values behind it makes it a game very worthwhile developing.